Honda rider Marc Marquez, a champion in the MotoGP Series Germany in 2016. The Spanish rider was also established that position at the top rider at Sachsenring on Sunday, the 17th of July 2016 night. Marquez became the fastest after completing 30 rounds in 47 minutes, 3.239 seconds. In second place was Crutchlow to notch a time 9.857 seconds slower than Marquez. Meanwhile, Andrea Dovizioso was in third position with a time of 11.613 seconds from the rider nicknamed Baby Alien. Completing the top five there was Scott Redding and Andrea Iannone. Valentino Rossi, who had to compete in pole position, had to settle for finishing in 8th position. With the addition of full points in this German MotoGP, Marquez is now in first position, which stood at 170 points. He is 48 points ahead of Lorenzo, who got 1 point in the race this time. Meanwhile, Rossi is in third position, which stood at 111 points. Road racing MotoGP Germany took place with the track wet in the early races. Marquez, who finished first start, could maintain its position at the first corner. Unfortunately, Marquez can then be followed by Rossi. When the first lap Rossi finished, compositions exist in the first position. On the second lap, Dovizioso was able to overtake Rossi. Yamaha rider should be downgraded again after preceded by Danilo Petrucci. On the third lap, Petrucci successfully overtook Dovizioso. In the first position, Marquez continued to sag after the position was preceded by Jack Miller at the time of leaving the race 25 laps. The leading rider in the race this time is dominated by Italian riders. To race lasts 23 rounds again. Petrucci, Dovizioso and Rossi into 3 leading rider, Jorge Lorenzo, who had complained about the performance of the bike during the race on a wet track, in position 13 to 22 lap race to spare. Petrucci slipping on lap 10. He then lost the race until the first position must occupy the penultimate position. Marquez also off the track on the same lap. He returned to the race in 9th position. 2 laps later, a catastrophe for Petrucci present. He eventually failed to continue the race because the bike engine fire. Hector Barbera successfully took over the second position from Rossi. He won racing towards the first bend. As the race with the only remaining 13 laps, the track began to dry. Some riders chose to change tires, while Dovizioso and Rossi continues to hold the tire choice. Rossi is getting the order to replace the motor, ignoring team orders. He forced his vehicle for the race, leaving only 9 laps. He was in second place behind Dovizioso. When the race 7 laps left to live race, 4 leading racing replaced the motor. Miller is now in first position, followed by Marquez. Dovizioso in 4th position, Rossi was 7th. Miller eventually replaced the motor when the race only 5 laps. Marquez was now in a leading position. Until the end of the race, Marquez no longer overtaken. He also won the German MotoGP. Foresight when changing tires. Memu Chusa can be the key to victory. Marquez. Results MotoGP Germany 2016.